How is everyone?
This is Sierra. She's awesome and amazing, and she's learning how to drive, and we're learning how to let go of the steering wheel. Look at her, laughing and giggling, having a good time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump out this car right now and make it to safety.
Boy, you have to play with magic, 'cause I'ma come at you like a dark horse. Like when people hold on to this, I find that offensive to the driver.
I heard in life, if you blink twice, it's a cry for help. You know, sometimes you just gotta let go of the wheel and enjoy the good vibes.
Gonna make me feel bad, I could talk about every time.
Hey, CC,
Yeah.
you ready to work on the Honda?
Yep, I'm coming.
All right.
Ow.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good, very, very good.
Welcome to Laniel Haven of Life, and I am Poetry, and this is Sierra.
Oh.
We're going to be working on the Honda Odyssey, and the steering pump fluid is leaking, so we need to change this pump out. Once we get the steering pump changed out, we're going to change out the tie rods on this on both sides.
Yeah.
The first thing that we're going to do is take this cover off. So there is a screw here and a screw there. So go ahead and...
Thank you.
And that's good.
Okay.
And then there's one right here. Yep. And it shouldn't take much to loosen it, and then that should
just come off.
Should just
Cool
come
beans. Come on.
off. Awesome. As you can see here, there's steering fluid kind of leaking out right here. And on this Honda, we've had to keep filling up this reservoir. So the fluid right now is, and this is on jack stands right now, but the fluid is below the minimum level. And we've had to keep filling this up. So we're going to remove the steering pump here.
Wow.
In order to have easy access to the steering pump, there's an air conditioner line right here that we need to kind of move out the way. So see if you can lift up, Sierra, right here.
This one?
Yep, there's a clip here.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Pull up on that. Yeah, be kind of careful.
Okay.
It should pop right out.
Okay.
There you go.
That? Okay.
Yep.
And then I just kind of leave it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, okay, so right here, there's another clip.
Okay.
But it looks like it's out of that when we pulled up on that there. So we should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, so where your fingers are, we're gonna zip tie. So we're zip tying this air conditioner line. So pull that so it's kind of tight. We're trying to bring it, yeah, we're just kind of, bringing that back. Yeah, not too tight, but just enough. Gotta keep going. A little more, yeah, just so it's lifted out the way. Oh, perfect.
Okay,
that's
cool.
good. Okay, so that's out the way. On this tensioner rod, we have a 19mm socket that we're putting on the tensioner pulley so we can get the belt off. And you're gonna go forward.
Okay.
Yep. That belt should slip over that first, yep. There you go.
Take it off?
And then what I want you to do is as you slip that off, just hold it.
Okay.
Yep.
Come on.
And you let me know. There you
Okay.
go. So just hold that. Sierra has gotten the serpentine belt off and we've zip tied it just so it can come out the way. We may have to move it, not sure yet, but if so, we'll just zip tie it somewhere else. This hose right here has a clamp on it, right here, and we need to take this off. Yep. And then squeeze it, yep. And then bring that back a little bit. No,
Like,
bring it towards you. Yep. Push this to the side, and this is gonna pull out. So you're gonna pull towards you.
Okay.
Yep. And it should come off. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of twist it as you go.
Okay.
Just kind of. There you go. Keep pulling up towards you. There you go. Yep. Now pull it up because all that fluid. Yep. And then just hold that, and then we'll clamp that.
Okay.
Or we'll zip tie it.
There's a 10mm screw here and a 10mm screw here that we're gonna loosen up and take off.
Yep, and then keep cranking. Yep. All right, and then it might be to where you can hand do it. So take that off. So you should be able to pull up on that there.
This one?
And that will come up. Yep.
Wow.
And then we'll zip tie that as well.
So the next bolts we have to take off are this one here. And not this one, but this one all the way down in here. And those are 12mm bolts. So even though the new steering pump came with a pulley, we still have to take the old pulley off in order to get to the 12mm bolts.
In order to take this pulley off, we need to lock it in place. So we put a screwdriver here so it doesn't turn. And we're using a 14mm socket with a breaker bar to get this off. That way. Yep. All right, there's the 14. And what you can do is take that should slide right off the pulley.
This one?
Pull your screwdriver. Yep.
Ooh, yeah. We got him. And now that we have the pulley off, we can easily reach the two 12mm bolts.
There you go. Hear the brake?
Yeah.
Sierra's using a breaker bar to loosen that. Yep. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. The second 12mm bolt is right where this breaker bar and socket is, right there. And we're going to loosen that. There you go, you heard it broke? Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Here's our bolt.
Good job.
And then take this one out.
Yep, and that should come right out.
I don't want to spill anything.
Yep.
Come on. And here we have it, our trophy.
Look how gunked up and all that
So
fluid that
yummy.
is
Delicious.
coming out of there.
Crazy. All right. Ooh,
Right.
look at that.
Yep.
Yum.
This is the old steering pump, and as you can see, all of that fluid that has been caked on there. Over time. And then this is the
Here's our new one.
new one, and you can kind of see.
Much nicer. Much, much nicer.
Yep. All right.
All right.
We took the pulley off of the new one, even though it was on there, but it just makes it a lot easier to bolt this down and torque down the steering pump.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and we're tightening these down. There you go.
That's it? Just
Yep.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll do
Cool.
the bottom one. Getting the bottom one in. Yep. And then just be mindful of this piece right here.
Okay.
All right, since we took the pulley off of the new steering pump, we're gonna put that back on.
Let's go. All right.
And then make sure slide all the way on. Yep.
Yeah, that's the right side.
Good job. Before we put this back on, there is an O-ring right here. The new steering pump kit did not come with that O-ring, but it's very easily to be replaced. Just make sure you get the right one. All right, you can go ahead and seat that back down in there. Yeah, when you're getting those hand tight, and then we'll screw those down.
Okay. I think that is it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're tightening these down. And those are 10s. All right, good job. Yeah, you can go ahead and cut that so we can get the belt on. Boom.
Booyakasha. I'll just throw it.
Yep. So we need to get this hose back on, but there's a cap right here. We'll go ahead and pull that off of the new steering pump. It should slide right off. Oh, good job.
Cool.
All right. And then we'll cut this here. Make sure we don't cut the hose. Yep. And then slide this back on. Slide the hose back on. Yep, I want to get this clamp back in place, so you gotta do that. And then what I try to do is put it kind of like back in the same position
Okay. That
as where it sat before. You don't have to cut that for that line there. And we'll get that seated back down.
Oh wow.
Move it back some in there. Yeah. And then you go ahead and we'll put this line back in this clamp here. Yep, and then there's one at the bottom. We'll just make sure it, sometimes it seats itself, but just make sure. I think it is. Yep.
I think so too.
Down there.
Cool.
All right, let me see. Jiggle jiggle. They're all good.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
We got the steering pump in. Everything is put back together. We need to do one more thing, and that is add Honda steering fluid in here. And then we also need to bleed the system to get the bubbles out. We are working on the inner tie rods, and the tires are off right now. So to make sure that, so to make sure that we get a accurate reading on our fluid level, we're not going to do that now. We're going to put the tie rods on, put the tires back on, get on level ground, and then we'll do an accurate reading as we add the fluid to the system and bleed it.
Boom.
All right. All right, we are down low, down low, down low. This Odyssey has been experiencing some swaying, and so we think the issue is the tie rod. So we're gonna replace the inner tie rod. We've already sprayed some PB Blaster on here, hopefully to help loosen up these tie rods, to make it easier to pop these out. We've also sprayed some PB Blaster here on this nut. Hopefully that'll help to get that loosened easily and quickly. We're gonna first by starting down here, there's a cotter pin, and we need to get this cotter pin out. And the cotter pin is right down here. Okay. And there's the cotter pin. Using an 18mm socket and a breaker bar, we'll loosen that nut up. And we'll leave that nut on there. We're not taking it all the way off. And then right here at this spot right here, we're gonna try and break this free. Just kind of loosen that up just in case if it's stuck in there. We're gonna hit on this spot right here with the hammer. To get this tie rod to pop out of here, we're going to tighten this down with this tool. We're using a socket wrench. And that should pop that up. There it is. Before we fully take this nut off, we need to loosen up this nut up here. Now that this nut is loosened, we can take this nut off. Pull this tie rod up and out. And then we're going to turn this tie rod off. Count the number of turns, because that's the number of turns that you're going to have to put the new one back on when we put the new tie rods on. We can go ahead and remove this nut here. Remove this clamp here. Back here behind this boot right here is a clamp. We need to remove that clamp so we can remove this boot off of this tie rod. Now the clamp is off and this boot should slide off. Just gotta twist it a little bit to loosen it up. And you can take a screwdriver. We'll pry up on here. We don't want to tear it, but just kind of loosen this end up. We'll pull up on it. There we go. This is the issue right here. See how that's... Let's get in there. This is the tie rod, that's the issue, this end here. See that? This is what's causing the swaying. It's clicking and popping. Right here, where the screwdriver here in this spot, there's a washer, which we need to bend back to get this off. And on the opposite side, we need to do that as well. Now to get this tie rod off, we're gonna place this 33.6 millimeter adapter right here. And then we're gonna place this inner tie rod tool around there. Okay. And then on the end of this tie rod tool, putting the breaker bar. And then we're gonna twist. And that broke that loose. And we'll pull these pieces off. Oh, that. It should spin right off. And this is the washer that we had to bend away so we could put this adapter on. The new tie rod will come with a new washer, or the new tie rod came with a new washer, so we'll put that on there. But this is what that looks like. And this is how your adapter sits on there. The new tie rod is ready to be put back on. Make sure you put this washer on first, and make sure you put this washer on the right side. It's got these two little teeth, I'm not sure if you can see, but those need to go on the outside so this sits flush. We'll get this on, torque it down, and then we'll bend that washer back. And those two teeth marks fit in this groove. There's a groove here. Make sure those go in there. All right. Put our adapter back on. Slide that back on. And we're torquing this down to 65 foot-pounds. We'll slip this boot back on with a new clamp. Get that over there. There we go. The clamp that we took off, we'll slip that back on the boot. And then the new nut that came with the inner tie rod. We'll get that all the way on there. And we're gonna bring this all the way up. So when we put the outer tie rod on, we have enough room to screw it on. This is the old outer tie rod. You're gonna put this the same way on if you were doing a new. Just remember your amount of turns that you took the old one off. We're not replacing this one because it's still good. The main problem was with this inner tie rod, as y'all saw earlier, there was a lot of play in this. So we're gonna screw this one back on, and then we'll lock this nut down. And then we'll slip the tie rod end back in. And then put the nut back on. And then with the 18mm socket, we're torquing this down to 40 foot-pounds. We'll slide this cotter pin in, and then we'll bend the cotter pin back so it stays in place. The inner tie rod has been replaced, and now we will do the same thing to the other side. All right, we are back up top in the engine bay, and we were able to get the O-ring for this part right here. So we're taking the old one off, and we'll slide this new one on. Make sure it's in that groove, sitting in there nice. And that is all to that. And we'll seat this back down. We'll tighten these screws back down. We'll tighten these down. And that is that. We got the tires back on after we changed that inner tie rods on both sides. So we're gonna add fluid in here, and then we're gonna bleed this system. You have to add Honda steering fluid to this. All right, now I can see a little bit better. This is grimy.
We got everybody up in here. And that is how you install a Honda Odyssey power steering pump and inner tie rods.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
You did good.
Oh, girl,
Thank you.
That was
all
your-
you. That was all you.
Say go.
Go
CC.
CC.
We did it.
That was CC's first time installing any car part, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. It
You
was
did
really
very
good. I learned
good.
a lot. I learned a lot.
Yes. All right.
Well, she's a
Good
good
teacher.
Yes.
Oh, she is a great teacher.
Great professor.
Yep. And it takes
Why do you say that? To give her a star.
All right.
Yes. Give her a star.
You get a
5
star.
stars.
A check? A check.
And 5 stars.
Just stars.
Sierra is one step closer to getting herself on the road and driving.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for watching Lanille Haviland Life.
Nope.
My butt's clenching.